Well, let's head over to the UK, where the Conservative Party has pledged to change the Equality Act to clarify that in law, sex refers to one's biology rather than one's gender identity. Now, the party says this is to clear up confusion around access to single-sex spaces and would likely result in men who identify as women being barred from female-only spaces. Let's bring in writer and broadcaster Esther Krakue, who is live in London. Esther, what's been the media reaction to this proposal?
It's actually been quite accommodating. Many people are finally sighing a breath of relief because it's just about time. You know, the whole kind of toxic culture war around this gender identity thing has come down to the fact that the law hasn't been clear. So you've always had this ambiguity around people's gender identity and how they identify being able to share single-sex spaces. And clearly people are seeing Kemi Badenoch, who's the Equalities Minister, as the adult in the room for finally clarifying this. The problem she has is the fact that the Tories have been in power for 14 years and why they haven't decided to push this through anytime sooner, just, you know, a few weeks before the election. And now the Tories have the problem of no one believing anything that they say because, you know, the counter argument is, well, you've had time to do this. Why didn't you do it before? But for the rest of us, particularly women, who have been crying about the outrage over sort of gender ID laws and people identifying as whatever they want to be to invade single-sex spaces, this is definitely a very welcome introduction.
Well, I wanted to ask you about the timing of the decision because, as you said, they could have done this years ago. They've done it now, right before an election. Is this a vote winner?
It's not going to be a vote winner, I don't think, just because it's just too late in the game. I mean, Kemi Badenoch, I suspect, will probably keep her seat because she's one of the most popular, if not the most popular Conservative politician. But unfortunately, she's still in a party that's dying a slow and painful death. And many polls are suggesting that the Tories are facing, you know, near wipeout at the next election. Unfortunately, this is not something that's going to save them from that. Now, the Labour Party, particularly Keir Starmer, has really dragged his feet on this. He's actually, in many ways, marginalised people within his own party that have spoken about this. We have, you know, Labour MP Rosie Duffield, who said that, you know, protecting single-sex spaces is extremely important to her. And she came out very vocally against Keir Starmer's Labour Party and said he's running a ship that's effectively excluding voices like her from actually having any impact. So Kemi Badenoch is right there to criticize the Labour Party for really dragging their feet and not treating this with the importance it deserves. The tragic thing is that the Tories have just left it too late.